Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. It's Monday, March 8th. I hope you're doing well and I hope you had a nice weekend. Very quick video update today. There's some good news out of the Treasury regarding an extension of the PPP deadline, plus some news on the stimulus checks. The IRS and the Treasury are working together to make sure that everyone gets these third checks and they get them faster. I'm going to talk about that news and the big news I reported on yesterday. People are starting to receive their targeted EIDL grants. We expect lots of you will get money in your bank account this week. I'm going to talk about the news there. And at the end of this video, we are picking 15 subscribers of this channel to give $100 grants to. We're going to pick them. We do this every Monday. And because we had 200 new subscribers yesterday, we could donate $200 more back to you. Again, for every subscriber, we are giving $1 back and you're entered to win. So hit subscribe if you're new to our channel. Then go download our free app, Hello Skip, in the App Store and Google Play. Again, watch until the end to see if you are one of the 15 winners. Let's dive in. First, I want to talk about the stimulus news. Well, it's expected that the House of Representatives will vote on the $1.9 trillion package by Wednesday. So if you missed it over the weekend, the Senate passed the $1.9 trillion bill. That was the big hurdle. They passed it 50-49. Of course, one of the downsides in passing that was that Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia was holding out on the unemployment front. The unemployment boost was originally going to be $400 per week. However, he held out. He thought it was too much. As a result, Democrats agreed to make it $300 per week. So that's the unemployment boost extension. It will go through August. That's the positive thing there. So it is extended for several months. However, it is less than what many of you wanted, and many of you said so in the comments. Bottom line, it was passed and we covered the details of it on our app and blog. If you haven't seen it yet, feel free to take a look through. And the other big piece was our poll we did on YouTube here that showed around 9 out of 10 of you supported this bill. So there are around 13% or so that didn't support it, and you weighed in on that. Because of the changes prior to Senate approval, it has to go back to the House. More formal vote this Wednesday, then it will go to Biden. So maybe end of this week, if things stay on track, Biden will sign this into law and the Treasury will be allowed to start making progress, especially on direct payments. Here's what came out this morning. The Treasury is going to work to ensure that families get access to these economic impact payments. These are the direct payments, aka stimulus checks. And so in terms of the timing of this, of course, if Biden signs this into law end of this week, next Monday is March 15th. Sometime next week, the Treasury will get their stuff together. In the second stimulus check, the Treasury was able to start sending these out within about a week. So we would expect the same thing this time. So end of March, a lot of these checks should go out. $1,400 for individuals if you earned less than $75,000 per year, or $150K filing jointly. Here are 3 things the Treasury is going to do to help folks who may or may not be getting their payments. First of all, they're going to establish online tools for claiming their payments. They did this last year at irs.gov. It sounds like they're going to continue to make improvements. So if you go to irs.gov, you should be able to, of course, see if they have your direct deposit information, make sure they have your correct address on file if you aren't getting direct deposit, etc., etc. In addition, efforts will also be taken to reach people who may not have access to the internet or who may be non-English speakers. So that's something else they're doing. The second thing they're going to do is they're going to work to reach households who were issued but did not cash their payments. According to them, hundreds of thousands of CARES Act checks and debit cards have not been cashed or activated. For example, if the recipient mistakenly discarded the delivery. The IRS and Treasury will work to either reissue unclaimed benefits or conduct outreach with those who did not claim their benefits to encourage claiming the benefits on their 2020 tax return, while taking steps to prevent fraud by, for example, turning off previously issued debit cards when new payments are made. So that's one of the things they're working on. The third is analyze unserved households. So they want to develop a better understanding of which groups of potentially eligible households have not filed for and received economic impact payments. This could allow the IRS and Treasury to target their outreach efforts. For example, such research would allow greater outreach in zip codes with higher levels of non-payment or to households who benefit from other government assistance programs. So they just put this up today. I think the timing is good because if the bill gets signed into law this week, these payments may go out starting next week. I would not be surprised. Switching gears to PPP before I talk about the targeted EIDL grants, there was a big push last week by over 100 trade and business organizations. They sent a letter to federal lawmakers urging them to extend the PPP deadline. This second round of PPP deadline was scheduled for March 31st. Of course, that's only a few weeks away, and many folks, around 60% of folks, according to our data, are still waiting for PPP loans. Of course, some of you haven't even applied. Many of you applied weeks ago. You're still waiting to hear. It's in a queue somewhere. So they pushed to extend the deadline through June 30th, 2021. I'm not going to go into the why. It makes sense. They extended the deadline last year as well, by the way. They kept extending it. And finally, what we read today from AmericanBanker.com, we haven't seen this on the Treasury website, which is surprising. We would have thought they would have issued a press release about this, but this came out this morning. The Federal Reserve will extend by 3 months the liquidity facility bolstering the PPP program, while letting other emergency lending programs expire on March 31st. The agency announced this today, according to this article. So that means this is going to be extended through the end of June. So if you are in the PPP queue and you are still waiting, no need to stress too much. For small businesses, you are still in the priority 2-week window. Technically, that's going to go through this Wednesday. I don't know if they're going to extend this. What that means is if you are a business of less than 20 folks, the SBA and your lenders should be giving you priority. If you haven't applied for a PPP loan yet and you want to, especially if you're an independent contractor, because now you can use your gross income instead of your net income if you filed Schedule C, you can go to pppbonus.com. That's our partner funding circle. Or our other partner, Bluevine, is at trackpploan.com. Try both of those, or if you are still waiting with one lender, try one of the other lenders. You know, over $200 billion has been allocated from this PPP round. Meanwhile, targeted EIDL grants, it's a saga that never ends. But the good news I talked about yesterday, the video that was a hit, we had heard reports people are getting approved. It was from this user here that showed that their portal had been updated to show that they had been approved and for how much. In this case, it was one person. They got 1K EIDL advance last year. They got the invite for the targeted EIDL advance, and assuming they're in a low-income community, they got the additional $9,000 to complete the top up to 10K. And some others of you have reported seeing this as well. I would love to hear in the comments if you are seeing this in your bank account yet. So number one, are you seeing this on your dashboard? Number two, are you seeing the money in your bank account? And I'll report back on that. But this is a good sign that at least on the portal, people are being approved. Again, there's a detailed post about this on our app as well. I hope more of you will get emails this week. More of you will see that status on the dashboard change this week, and more of you will get that money in your bank account sometime this week. Again, when the new stimulus package passes, there's also $15 billion in additional funding for targeted EIDL grants. Plenty of funding there. All right, let me pick our 15 winners. I really love doing this. You know, we've been donating our YouTube revenue since the fall back to subscribers of this channel. Hit subscribe, share with a friend, and users of our app. A link to our app is in the description, or just go to Hello Skip. It's a free app. Here are the $1,500 grant winners. We will email you shortly to confirm, because we're only giving the first name, last initial, so some of you might be confused. In any case, we will be emailing all the folks I'm about to mention. So, congratulations to these 15 winners of $100. James W., Cliff C., Latoya M., Alex R., Lakeitha M., Rochelle B., Kevin W., Emmanuel B., Ariel T., Justin J., Bruce N., Victoria I., Jamar W., Zakaya C., and Donald L. Congrats to the 15 of you. You've won a $100 grant from us. We'll be emailing you shortly. More winners coming next week. Again, for every new subscriber, we are adding $1 to the pot. We get a couple hundred new subscribers every day. I'd love to see that increase. We can give out more money, increase the odds of all of you supporting our channel for so long of getting something. As always, thank you so much for supporting us, tuning in, and sharing this video. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.